much for the question. The economy continues to be the #1 issue for most voters in most elections, and that's for very good reason. We all depend on what happens in the economy. It also happens to be my area of academic expertise, so I think I bring a lot to the table discussing these matters. Just a quick show of hands, how many people here attended the event held at Raymond Square last week with Helmut Pastrick, where he discussed this? After that event, I was compelled to write a response to him. In his report, he was cautiously optimistic that we're headed for renewed growth in 2016, but I'm going to go ahead and refute that, and I'm looking at a number of measures that he had in his slides, and I'm just going to list them here. There's 8. Housing starts are currently at their lowest level in 2 decades. We have 4 years running population declines in the SCRD. Dependency ratio is projected to reach 80% within 10 years. There's a large outflow migration of people aged 15 to 34. Less people are now working within the SCRD and more are commuting. There's declining employment in resources, manufacturing, and construction. There's a shift towards the service sector in employment, and that's decidedly low wage character. And we're seeing the lowest housing sales since the mid-'80s on the Sunshine Coast. Now, taken together, that's not an outlook that I consider to be incredibly optimistic, so I challenged him on that. And if any of you want to read that article, it's on my website. I encourage you to do that. With regards to what we can do to change this, I can tell you I spent a lot of years in Vancouver struggling by, even though I was making a good income, the cost of living was just so high. And I moved back here partly because the cost of living is lower, but I can tell you if there were living wage jobs here, I could have 10 families move here within a month from Vancouver because it's just that dire there. It really is that bad. In terms of what we can do to keep this going and improve it, we need continued government leadership on the economy. And that's going to come in a whole lot of forms, but I think that active marketing at the District of Sechelt as a place for business is important. I also think we need to be active in facilitating our economic strengths. Another key aspect is we need to reduce anxiety in terms of investment in the district, and that'll be really important, having good government oversight. It was mentioned before, but I think youth trades apprenticeship programs offer an avenue that there is simply no comparison for in terms of productive benefit. And I also want to make sure that we remember to buy local, and that's a huge focus because every time we go to the grocery store, we're sending our money elsewhere. And perhaps we need to revive the local currency measures that we had going back in the mid-'90s, and improve our farmers markets, improve our craft fairs, and try to buy local with all of our purchases that we can. So I think there is an upside, but we're facing a situation where we have to have the right types of oversight, and the council and who you choose is going to be a big part of that. Thanks.